Also, we had a £26 million bid on one of our players. And not who you'd expect.
You don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keeps going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts 2 Icons. With me, a man still seething from yesterday's Europa League draw. If you're enjoying the series, of course, up to this point, drop a like on the video. That would be superb, helps out and all that jazz. It's kind of mad that we're 14 seasons into this Outcast to Icons series, and we're only like 80 episodes in. We've covered a lot of ground very fast. It's not even technically 14 seasons, it's more like 13 because of the way I had to structure it for YouTube, but still, it's kind of mad how much progress we're making, and I feel like this could end up being probably my longest ever YouTube save. I could see us hitting 25 seasons in this, just because I feel like Sassuolo is the type of club that we could definitely make the progress we want to make some European challenges at some point, as we've seen from the progress we've made. But I do wonder if it's the last stop on the journey, particularly with the caveat, and those of you may not be aware of this, if we get to a final, say the Europa League or the Europa Conference League this year, and we lose that final, we have to resign. If we, because we would have got to a final, but we would have lost it. If we were to win the final, by the way, we would actually get to stay. That's the other rule that we had for our so there's a lot of jeopardy on the line in these situations. I thought we'd start on the page of Benjamin Cabrera today, just so you guys could have a little look at him, just because he has been fantastic last season, our best player, and also this season has pretty much stepped up as our best player. Now, I decided to structure today around the Europa League, so we're playing Manchester City up first, nice and easy. Have played a couple of games off camera, but I'll bundle those into the middle pack in a minute. They were against Juve and Milan as well, so some tough ones in there too. Annoyingly as well, Max Lebert is now really upset at me because I didn't loan him out. Now, the problem is, I agreed when he signed for us to loan him out, which was in January, and then the whole situation was kind of resolved. And now somehow the promises come back in the summer, even though we, well, whatever. The thing that annoys me about that isn't even that. It's the fact that when you talk to them at that point, there's no option to say, you know what, I'd quite like you to play for us in the first team this season and get lots of starts. You know, surely you'd prefer that, right? But no, that's not an option. You have to just be like, oh, sorry, mate. And I would like that to be something that you can actually try to sway it back towards. So we're going to have to try and deal with the Max Lebert, or as someone in the comments described him, Max the Cheek Lebert, which I enjoy tremendously. Also, Scott Olsen has a lower back stress fracture and is going to miss 8 weeks, so that is sub-ideal. Right, before we get into today's game against City, because we need to talk about that as well, I want to quickly show you a couple of signings I've brought in on the final day of the window, just to strengthen us a tiny bit more, and mostly just look for the future, really. The first is Ali Tajuddin. Complete punt. I could barely see anything. I saw 5-star potential. I saw 200k, and I thought, you know what? Let's take a punt on the guy from Dijon, the Mustard Boys, and I'll be honest, the main reason was because, come on, I thought I'd try something different. He's not actually awful, in fairness, and I think we could still make money on the deal, but yeah, 200k, that was worth a crack. And in that same breath, we've also got Patrick Deman. It's a shame he's not called Mark, but whatever. What can you do? Brought him on a loan, not on loan, sorry, on a permanent transfer from Kortrijk for like 1.7 million with some clauses in there too. And I feel like for an 18-year-old, and he was 7 when he joined us, he's actually pretty good. He's gone out on loan to Cittadella this season. He's going to be an important player there. The main reason I was interested in him is because obviously he can play there, which is fine. He can technically play through here as well with his solid work rate and whatnot, but also can cover that left-hand side spot. So I'm just looking for versatility as well as just young players for the future. And for that kind of price, for 1.7 million with some clauses, I couldn't really say no to Patrick. This is Nicolo Dionisi, who's coming on loan from Fiorentina, a team who was struggling last season, just loaned this guy to us, which does kind of make you wonder who the hell is in their first team that's ahead of this guy. But nevertheless, Nicolo Dionisi's come in on loan to play as a left-back backup, so we do actually have a bit of competition for Cabrera and another guy that can do the job for us. And to be fair, he's got better tackling, better crossing as well. His dribbling's a tiny bit worse. He has a slight lack of work rate compared to him, but he actually does a very, very solid job at being a nice backup there. Ignore the star rating for now. Just focus on the attributes right now, and I think he's a solid option just to give us a bit of backup there. I did look at other left-back options, but there was just so little out there. I took a punt on this guy as well, and I feel like he's not bad, and I do wonder if Fiorentina had a really poor season, whether we could sway a move for this guy permanently, potentially, at the end of the year. You just don't know. Depends on how he performs, but at least we have the option now, and he's 6'3" too. Champions League. Today, we play away at Manchester City. Now, what I wanted to mention on Manchester City, firstly, Danny Cowley is Manchester City manager. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. Now, obviously, they're second in the league right now, so they're obviously back to being Manchester City, although I believe they just lost to West Brom. Yes, they did. It's last season's Premier League that I want to show you guys. City came 7th. That's the reason they're in the Europa League, friends, because they came 7th. I don't know how they got Europa League, but Liverpool didn't. This is all a bit of a mess, to be honest. I'm guessing they won the FA Cup, but then Everton are there as well. I don't know. The Premier League's a bit weird at the moment. So just to explain the situation here. Top 4, I say makes sense. Arsenal won the Premier League and Southampton came second. None of that makes sense, but it's the situation. Chelsea and Chelsea and Man United got their spots. Spurs got the 5th spot for being there. Everton won the Europa Conference League, so they qualify for the Europa League. And Manchester City won the FA Cup, so they qualify for the Europa League at the expense of poor Liverpool here in 6th place, who don't get any Europe. Leicester City won the EFL Cup, so they got the Europa Conference League. What a weird season, eh? One other thing I've been messing around with is a sort of backup tactical idea, which is this one here. And I did actually play it in the game against... well, I've actually played it in both games. The only reason that we had this tactic highlighted is because I went in to add this one to have play through the middle as a default. That way it's being trained, but we never actually used that tactic. It's these two that we've been using. So, false 9 on Siggy Jonsson. It's been suggested for a while. The issue I found with it is that I find that he doesn't make as many runs behind as he did before, and I'm worried that might affect our build-up slightly and give us a bit more... Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about that. And the other change is Milivojev to a ball-playing defender, which is something I was meaning to do last season. I just totally forgot, to be honest. So it's something I want to try, and I'm going to give it another try today against Manchester City, because it's not fared badly. I'm just a bit concerned about it so far. So we'll do a selection advice anyway, because there's some changes that I probably do want to make. Flans I rested out for the last game and brought Glavash in for a run, and I also tried out Belder. He wasn't great, if I'm honest, in that game. So obviously a smaller bench here, so we had less players that were allowed to be registered as well. Also, we had a £26 million bid on one of our players. And not who you'd expect, because it was Ramon Uriarte. Stuttgart and RB Leipzig, basically loads of Bundesliga teams, were like having a bit of a bidding war. He never asked to leave, which was good. But yeah, 26 million for Ramon Uriarte. And this is a very strong sign for me that we've actually got a real player there. And if he can start to develop a bit more, then I'll be very, very happy with him right now. So, we're going to give this a try against City. I really don't know what to expect. It's essentially a free hit for us at this point. Like... I don't expect much from this game, but it'd be nice if we could go out there and do something interesting. I just want to see how we fare against them, to be fair. Oh, the players are up for it. Okay, they were up for it. I hate when you talking to a different player somehow affects the motivation of a second guy who sat there going, oh, you want to say that to him, do you, boss? Okay, Manchester City versus Sassuolo. Not a tie I expected from us this season, to be fair. I thought that we'd have a slightly better run in the Europa League, but really, my plan in this group is get 3rd place. We'll see how we do in the games against Sporting, and it'll be an interesting litmus test, but really, it's about getting 3rd, playing European football after Christmas, and you never know. I think we're always going to be struggling in a game like this. This feels like that game against Juventus last year, I think it was, where... Oh no, the Roma game last year in the Cup, where we just got absolutely... What? Oh, come on, referee. That is not a penalty. Oh, wow. Hello. That wasn't even outside the area. That was in the area. Holy crap. We've witnessed it. That was in the area, and they gave no penalty. I mean, I agree, but it's just weird to see it, to be honest. I think our best bet, Flans has hurt himself as well. That is the last thing we needed. But it does mean potentially a chance for Mohamed Kudus. Oh, wow. City are really, really pressing us. Hopefully our big defenders can just do their solid jobs here, and it's a good save on the line by Moscatelli. It's not looking good for us. 25 minutes in, and we've really seen nothing from us just yet, but there's always the chance. If someone like Kudus off the bench with a rocket over the bar, though. Cabrera always been sucked in there, and Ansu Fati back to Azira. Good block again. Pavlich can't clear it. Nobody can clear it. Somebody please clear it. And it's offside. Well, nearly half the game gone. Are we kidding? Nearly half the game gone, and we've decided to give away a penalty for handball. What? Oh, it's outside the box. Oh my God. The FM gods are on our side tonight in terms of penalties, and we look like we are going to get to half-time at the Etihad 0-0. Like, okay, we've offered nothing in this game. That's for sure. But we've really limited City to 1 shot on target, which was pretty tame. Now, I don't know if it's the slight changes to the tactic that have made us less attacking-minded today. I have noticed a little bit of that in the other games. Or it's just because we are playing Manchester City. That's definitely going to be a factor. I might switch to our other style later in the game just to see if it makes any difference from an attacking standpoint, because I do wonder if we could actually get an opening in this game. Pavlich has been a superstar in this game, just controlling... Oh, hello. Siggy Jonsson. Kelly! Oh, and it's just wide. Mervyn Kelly, what a chance. Not Mervyn Merlin, Matt. It's better. That was a big moment. Siggy does so well to pick that pass out. And Kelly, it's a tough one. He's not got the best finishing. He is definitely more of a creative player in those positions. We just need to keep getting... That's surely offside, right? What a save. Sporting have taken the lead away at Rangers. This is excellent news for us, particularly if we were to come up with a... what a save. What a save from Moscatelli. Oh, my goodness me. Just biding their time, waiting for that little mistake that we might make. And that could be the mistake. No. In fact, there might be a breakaway for us. Lebert, we've got 4 on 3, but Lebert's going to have to make for the right run. He's got the right run. Kudus. Back post. Merlin Kelly. He's into the box. Merlin Kelly. It's a good save. It wasn't the best effort from Kelly there, but hey, we looked good on the counter there. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh. Man City 0, Sassuolo 0. I switched to our original tactic midway through the second half, and we did actually seem to create a little bit with that, but nothing that we really saw. You can see that we just started having a few more shots. Wow, what a result. We didn't deserve anything from that game, but we've got it, and that point could be the difference between us potentially getting third or second, or, you know, coming fourth this season. Moscatelli was superb and thoroughly deserves man of the match in that match. I don't think he'll get it, though. Come on, that's huge. Right. A few more games off camera, and we'll talk about the league and stuff. I'm back in a second, and I think it's Sporting next, so big stuff now. Right, it's time to catch up on the league stuff. So, first up, we were at home against Juventus. Remember, they swept us apart 2-0 last season. This time, though, Sigurd Jonsson, 85th minute, bottom corner, 1-0 with 5 minutes to go. I tried something that I've seen suggested about slowing the tempo down and stuff like that to see if we could maybe make a difference here, but unfortunately, I mean, to be fair, like, what can we do about that? Goalkeeper somewhat at fault as that. Juventus definitely deserved a point at least from this game, but it was good to see that a game that we lost comfortably 2-0 last year was a 1-1, and it was nice to see Siggy just slotting one home from close range. Good finish, but I think we were a bit fortunate. And it was a very similar story away at Milan. Granados' ball in, Milivojev gave us the lead on the hour mark, and I thought, can we pull it off? No. 92nd minute this time, and the thing is, the shot isn't even on target. It bounces off our goalkeeper and in. 1-1, frustrating, but again, I don't think we were particularly good in this game either. And these are the games we played before the Manchester City game. We were very fortunate to get the 2 points out of them, so I was still happy to remain unbeaten and to take points off of teams that I think we actually drew with Milan away last year as well, but to just see steady progress. But I didn't think we were playing particularly well, but there you go. And next up, it was at home against Fiorentina, our first game after the City game. A 0-0 in this one. Strong defensive performance, just didn't really conjure a lot going forward. And I think I've just made too many changes too quickly, and I broke my cardinal rule: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So after this game, I've switched back to our old style of play. And we pretty much reaped instant rewards. Granados with a gorgeous ball over the top. Quarto, this first touch is superb as it sets him up well. 1-0 after just 2 minutes away at Atalanta. Really needed that, but we had more in the tank. In just before halftime, Granados' ball in. Milivojev off the bar, 2-0. 2 assists for Granados, but we had loads more chances in this game. Siggy Jonsson had a really good opportunity at one point where he tried to do a Max Lebert special, but he missed the target entirely. Frustrating. We could have had more goals in this game. I think it was a really good win, and I think that for whatever reason, the current setup we have with the system we're using, whether it should work or not, it does, and I'm going to stick with it from now on because I think we've actually got something quite good here. And in the next game, we went away to Cagliari. Another 0-0 draw. Still strong defensively, but we just looked better going forward in this game and probably should have won this one, but just looking better in general. But the key thing as well is defensively outrageous this year. And Cagliari, again, we lost 5-3 to this lot last season. So after 6 games, we find ourselves 7th in the league, 10 points on the board. Still no defeats, though. And that's the key thing for me. We may have drawn a few games in there, but remember, we played against Milan. We played against, who else have we played? We played against Juventus in those periods. We've beaten Genoa, who I expected us to beat. I would have liked to have seen us beaten Fiorentina, but stuff happens sometimes. I still think we're in a good spot right now. We've only conceded 2 goals in the league this season, and 2 goals in all competitions, because of course City didn't score against us either. But today, we host Sporting. We're just gonna... I don't know. I like this style of play, and for whatever reason, it seems to get us results, and that really is, at the end of the day, the main thing. If we're going to play pressing forward on support, we can't expect him to score loads of goals, and it'd be nice if he did, obviously. But this, to be fair, the pressing forward and support in this tactic, since the start of the save, has never really been prolific. So, I actually quite like that. So I will do a selection advice, and then I will... mainly to just sort the bench stuff out, but I do want to bring Kudus back into that midfield instead of Flans. Because Flans is lacking a bit of fitness at the moment. So we'll go with Kudus for today. Bench is fine. Hodgerinho, I will get on the bench, though. I've been using Glavash sparingly, mostly off the bench for the moment, but he will definitely find some more first-team football for us this season. Kelly, despite not scoring or assisting yet, he's been solid. He's just doing little bits and bobs, and I just want to see what we can do now. And this is crucial, really. If we've got any hope of getting out of this group, as in getting second, then this is a must-win game for us. I still think that we're more likely to come third this group, right? And that's fine. I would have taken that given that I saw the group, but there's still the chance, given that we got that point against City, you just don't know what we could do. There's always room for a little bit of magic, and maybe Merlin could be the one to conjure it. He'd hate it, but he could be the man. Temperature in the room is a balmy 31 degrees here. It's not ideal, I'll be honest. Sporting are currently top of their league and actually won 7-0 in their last game. Hang on, Coimbra, they were like 4th in the league, albeit very early stages, but Christ, Sporting have got some goals in them. Granados is cleared away, but they should be picked up by, of course, Dinko Pavlich, the man on a mission. And it's Quarto! Great save from the goalkeeper. Quarto with a beautiful little bending shot with his left foot, but it's been a really strong start from the Sassy boys. Look at the... Okay, save some of that pace, buddy. Dionisi actually played really well in the one game I was forced to bring him in for, so that was pleasing to me. That shows that that left-back spot is definitely an area that we could really look to improve. If we could find an amazing left-back, that's going to be my biggest task, I think, over the next few seasons, is finding the key left-back. Siggy Johnson. Oh, Granados! Great piece of play from him and Siggy. Pavlish's ball in. Milivojev! Oh, it's at the back post, and Siggy Johnson is offside, but nice work. Really good football. Again. Uh-oh, ball in. Headed away again, and Kelly will bring this down. We've got such strong players in those defensive roles. Siggy, this is a good first touch from him. Can he just drive on? He's all the way through, Siggy. It's a tough angle. You have to shoot. Oh, he scored! Siggy, wow. Stimir, Siggy Johnson smashes Sassuolo in front in the Europa League. I mean, I'll be honest with you. That reminds me a lot. This is a weird deep cut. Does anyone remember Fulham versus Wolves last season when Adama Traore hadn't scored a single goal all season, gets the ball in a very similar position and just rifles one into the top corner at the near post to kill the game off? Wow, what a finish from Siggy. All right, fair play. It's going to come back to Michal Chair. We've been really good in this opening half an hour. Pavlich, look at the space they're giving Dinko Pavlich. It's a lovely ball through for Quarto. It's a tight angle. He's not going to shoot. Well played. Really good decision there. And Cabrera smashes us 2 goals up. Benjamin Cabrera. Oh, Benny Cabs. It's a Swolo 2. I don't know. I'm glad we reverted back to our original style of play, because I do feel like we're more comfortable in it. Quarto's decision not to shoot. He's on his left foot, remember. Just to take this back, drop it in for Cabrera is a phenomenal finish into the back of the net for 2 goals to 0 to Sassuolo. Come on. Half time. I think 2-0's very harsh on Sporting, but we've actually taken our chances today. I'm really, really happy with the guys. Michal Chair looks in trouble, though, despite playing really well. We're bringing on Constantinu because, annoyingly, I forgot to put Belder on the bench. Or has he got a slight injury? I think... Oh, no, sorry. Belder has a groin strain, so he's going to be out for a little while with that, which is frustrating because this is the perfect time for him, really. City are annoyingly not beating Rangers, but it might not matter if we get the results. Milivojev's header is on target. Nunez out on the right. Get in there. Oh, no, he didn't get the touch. Right, there's a lot of bodies here. Just don't... What a strike from Ricardo Martins. Just out of nowhere. I don't think they do a lot wrong on that play. There's a little mistake where they probably should win the ball off of him. Like, there's a little chance to win it. But there, to be fair, we're all completely set here, and he's just rifled that in. That is such a good goal, unfortunately. There's not a lot we can do about that. I don't know. Second half's just not really clicked for whatever reason. The players just aren't winning the ball in the same areas as before, making the same passes as they were before. Right, Lombardo, what can Gian... Oh, he's got a good... Siggy Johnson goes for goal. It's a good effort. But that long shot has really put a spanner in the works of this game. Oh, the space on the edge of the box of Mines again. Okay, it's 2-2, and how has he done that twice in the same game? I know we could close it. I think we already are closing him down, but you still have to score them. That's the thing. It's not like he's just in front of goal. He's just ghosted in off the side here. They don't track the run, but it's still an outrageous effort. Oh, I don't know what to say. I guess you just don't expect a player to do that twice in the same game. The second one wasn't obviously as far out as the first one, but mother of God. It's like at half-time they just got there and went, yeah, we're fine, we're done now. Oh, my Lord. Wow, okay. I don't know what's happened. Half-time, we were looking cushy. I mean, they had a little opening here and there, but every shot they've had in the second period basically has just been a goal. I don't know. What? Yep, they have scored every shot on target. So, that sucks. But, you know, that's football. Kelly, bringing it forward. Finds Cabrera on the left-hand side. Can we pull this back again? Cabrera's ball in. Yes, we can! Nicholas Flans makes it Sassuolo 3. That's what it took. It took 3 goals conceded for them to finally wake the hell up and grab themselves another goal. It's a lovely bit of play, in fairness. The way Kelly drags people inside, puts that lovely ball out wide to Cabrera, but this is a gorgeous delivery, again from Cabrera. And Flans on his left foot as well. Okay, maybe we've bailed ourselves out a draw. Come on. Imagine if we won it now. And Man City have scored. Declan Rice puts Manchester City in front against Rangers. The fact that there's been 6 goals in this game is actually mental. God, Moscatelli had barely conceded a goal this season, and today he's just not been at it. Although, to be fair, again, those goals were absolutely sumptuous efforts, so I don't think there's a lot he can do, unless Quarto are bringing it away now for Sassuolo. We've got 30 seconds here. Is there one last chance? He's all the way through, Marco Quarto. Oh, you know when you... you can see it coming from a mile off, that highlight with the block shot. As we just sort of see out the final few seconds here. I am disappointed to not win, given that we were 2 goals to the good. I'm glad that they pulled that one back, but I feel like a draw is a pretty fair... 3-3. Don't know how that ended up being 3-3. But I think the draw is probably a fair result in the end, and we'll take it. It's more points in Europe against a pretty good Sporting side, if I'm honest. Like, they are top of their league currently and are a pretty decent team. We'll see how they get on against Manchester City. That's going to be the real test for them. So 2 points that I wasn't expecting to get, honestly. So I'm actually still trying to just temper my expectations and say, you know what? I think we're in a good spot right now, particularly with Rangers losing at the final moments against Manchester City too. That helps us out a lot. Wasn't what we wanted, but we've still yet to lose a game this season, which is actually not that bad. I would not have expected this in this point. We've had a lot of away games as well to start off the season, and we're still unbeaten, so I'll take that. Eventually, they're going to even out a little bit too. So, yeah, next episode, it's the double header against Rangers. That's next episode. Double header against Rangers. We've got, winnable matches in the league. Obviously, Roma in there too. But I think we could really put a dent in it. If we can stay on a good run and keep cracking, I'm curious to see where we can find ourselves after those 2 Rangers games, because those are the key ones for me. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, drop a like on the video. That would be magnificent. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That would be gorgeous too. I stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so go follow there as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for, well, arguably the 2 most important games we've played in this save so far. So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.